New Windows System Recovery Tool, TPM troubleshooter. Let's have a chat about it. Computer Games Hardware. Hey, what's cracking everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the video. Hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Windows 11 and the new Windows Insider build that has a couple of new features and a couple of new tools. So Windows have released a new build of their Windows 11 Insider program that's available through the Canary channel, and it's got a couple of new interesting features. So one of the first features is that they've got a new Windows System Recovery tool. So I'm pretty excited about this, and if you've ever had to use the Windows Recovery tool, you'll probably notice that it's pretty outdated. It's been the same version for quite some time now. That's not unusual. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Windows have got plenty of programs that have stood the test of time, but they've updated the Windows Recovery tool, and what it lets you do is install a fully clean build of Windows without deleting your settings, apps, and things like that. So you can put a clean install of Windows in without having to do a completely fresh install. So it might save your apps and settings somewhere, or it might easily identify some of the issues that you might have and do an install of the system registry files. So that's pretty exciting. Anyone that's used it, or if you have to use multiple instances of Windows, will know that it can be a bit annoying having to go through it, go to nighty-night and look up all your old apps, reinstall Chrome and Brave and Firefox and all those sort of things. So this way you can keep all your settings and all your apps all in one spot, so you can get whatever you needed cleaned up, and then you can push on with your day. So I'll be interested to see how that works. I might click into the Insider program just to check it out. Windows 11 users in the Windows Insider program also get a nice little troubleshooter, TPM troubleshooter, that they can use to find issues with their TPM module if it's causing them problems. So previously, I believe you were able to reset your TPM, but now it does the troubleshooting thing, like with hardware, Bluetooth, and all those sort of things. So it will offer you up a solution. Half the time those things never work, but still there's a good option there for you. So you might remember TPM from the launch of Windows 11, which is the trusted computing module. That there was a bit of controversy surrounding TPM 2.0 and Windows deciding to only allow users with hardware that had TPM 2.0 installed to upgrade to Windows 11. So that cut out a lot of users from being able to upgrade to Windows 11, which is pretty unfortunate. So, but anyway, there's ways around it if you need to do it. I just upgraded my father-in-law's laptop up to Windows on a non-TPM 2.0 version spec laptop, so it can be done easily. The drawback is that you don't get Windows updates. So if you want to do that, you need to download those manually as well. But if you'd like to know how to do that, let me know in the comments down below, because it's you can get your old hardware running on some new OS. Okay, so the Federal Trade Commission failed in its attempts to put an injunction on Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard in a deal for $69 billion. And then they wanted to put a emergency motion in to stop the deal, which also got rejected. And then on Friday, their second attempt to add an injunction failed as well, which means that Microsoft can actually close the deal before any appeals are made. So they can do that pretty quickly, as soon as next week. So that's probably the plan that they have going ahead to acquire Activision Blizzard, because as my understanding, and I know nothing about this, but apparently it's much harder to reverse a deal that's been made rather than block one that hasn't yet. So that's been the Federal Trade Commission's goal, and they've had a couple of attempts at it, and it's failed. So Microsoft will likely do that and get that deal through, and then deal with the appeals as they come. So pretty significant. It means that probably gaming's going to change. Your favorite titles might become Xbox exclusives. So Activision has the rights to the Call of Duty franchise, and some interesting things throughout these trials have emerged, like the number of users on PlayStation who solely play Call of Duty on their console and nothing else was like a million. And then 70% of those PlayStation users play Call of Duty and something else. So it could be a big hit for Sony, and I'd be interesting to see how it plays out. But a win for Microsoft, who's been struggling with their gaming content at the moment. They've had a couple of exclusives come out that have been a bit lackluster. Redfall calls to mind, and everyone's waiting on Starfield that's been delayed multiple times, and it's sort of been low engagement in the Xbox space, and these injunctions and these court cases haven't done much to help Microsoft. And in fact, Microsoft's argument in this whole thing was, hey guys, we're last. We're not performing as well as we should have been in the console wars. It feels like we're losing in this, that gamers are losing in these things, because these companies, Microsoft, Sony, Activision Blizzard, they're making billions and billions and billions of dollars. I can't remember what the exact figure was, but Sony was saying that Call of Duty alone is worth billions to them. It's worth billion to them. So this latest loss from the Federal Trade Commission means that likely deals are going to go through and might change the way we're accessing our games in Call of Duty. So it might force PS5 Call of Duty players, PlayStation Call of Duty players to access that through a PC or some other means. Maybe we'll get it on Switch. Who knows? Now, speaking of Activision Blizzard, Diablo 4 has had a weird issue where they've had a RAM leak issue that's affecting a lot of users, yours truly included. Currently, I cannot play the game, and I've tried doing everything possible to get it up and running, but I can't even get into the options to change the settings. So there's been a RAM leakage issue, which slowly the increase of RAM increases over a short, or in my case, quite a dramatic period of time. So the RAM that the game is supposed to be using ends up being significantly higher, and with other system resources and depending on the GPU that you have, you're going to run out of RAM really quickly, and it shuts the whole thing down. So Activision Blizzard have acknowledged that there's an issue, and they're looking at an update coming in the next week. So they've confirmed that through their various channels that a patch is coming, a workaround's coming. So it's been a tough one to figure out, but they think they've got it, so they might be able to fix it in the next update. So that is scheduled for Monday or Tuesday Australian time. So hopefully that comes out and fix that, because quite frankly, I'm new to Diablo. I dabbled in the first and second games just to play around with it, but I thought I'd jump in and give it another shot. But it hasn't been a good look, because can't even boot it up. It's clearly an issue, and it's not a system issue for most people. So hopefully they get the patch out early next week and it fixes the problem, because they've got season 1 of their content coming out very, very shortly, and I'd be interested to jump in and play the game. So I believe users with lots of VRAM on their GPUs are not having this issue. So if you've got a 4090 or a RX 7900 XTX, you're probably okay. Another way to mitigate the issue is to turn off the high-res textures. So you can turn those off and put your settings down to low. That might save you. That might give you a couple of hours gameplay if you're having this issue. If you're not, let me know in the comments down below. Or have you had any issues with Diablo? Okay, so in some other news, a Redditor has created a RTX 3060 Founders Edition. So Redditor Clashmains _2 account decided if Nvidia were never going to make a Founders Edition RTX 3060, that he was going to do one himself with a 3D printer. And you know what? This thing looks pretty awesome. It looks like a mini GPU. It's got the GeForce RTX 30 printed on, so it's done in the silver, and you can see the little 3D printed light marks, but he's put the GeForce RTX there. You've got room to plug it in. It looks really really good. He's really done well. It looks exactly like an RTX card, so it looks really good. You can it's like a little cover for it, and it was also this dude's first 3D printed project. So it's a little Nvidia GPU. So Clashmains _2 account, well done. It looks very good. Here's something I'm super excited about. So Limited Run Games have recently announced that they're releasing a Gex collection for modern consoles and PC that include Gex 3D Enter the Gecko and Gex Deep Cover Gecko in a collection. So Limited Run Games do modern ports of old classic games, and Gex was, for me, one of those classic Windows games. I had it on Sega Saturn and Mum's and PC at Dad's. So Gex holds a special place in my heart, and check out the one of the developers and the guy who I believe built the engine is the Modern Vintage Gamer. So the Modern Vintage Gamer YouTube is one of the developers of this collection. So go check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description below, because his content is really awesome. He has gaming history, talks about modern consoles, has got insights as a developer. So go check out the Modern Vintage vintage gamer, and drop him a like for bringing back the Gex games. Gex 3D Enter the Gecko is one of my absolute favorite PlayStation games. That was a time where, you know, games could just be quirky and weird. We had games like Enter the Gecko, Jackie Chan's First Strike, all those, like, you know, radical entertainment games and stuff like that. So I am really looking forward to this, and it's really nice to see that old games coming to modern platforms, because reports recently have indicated that a huge number of games that were released just 10, 15, 20 years ago are no longer available anywhere at all. So these games go away pretty quickly, so it's important that if you like them and there's copies available, that you get your hands on them. So that's a consideration for me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Okay, so YouTube Music is finally adding podcast support for all its users. Podcasts for YouTube Music rolled out about 12 months ago in the US, but unfortunately international users like me have not been able to use it. So they're finally adding support for podcasts, which is really great news, and they're adding a couple of new features as well. So when you subscribe to your favorite podcast, you can select a playlist with all your new podcast episodes, so you can just listen to them on your commute and things like that. So that's really cool. I might even check it out. Alright folks, well, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and again, I know I've been saying it at the end of every video lately, but I really do appreciate all the support, all the likes and the feedback that I've received over the past couple of weeks has just been overwhelming, so thank you very much. And I just want to take the opportunity to give a special shout out to my mum. So hi mum, my mum has been watching our videos, and I'm pretty sure she's responsible for at least half the likes on all the videos. So she saw that we were filming some computer games hardware videos, so I set up the notification on mum's phone and on her Fire Stick and on her iPad. So she's just been frantically watching all the videos. So hi mum, love you, thanks for watching, really appreciate the support, and really appreciate the support from all you as well. So again, I'll keep making them if you keep watching them, and I'll see you in the next one.